Hey, what is going on, man? So in this video, I'm going to break down how to get lean and stay lean so you can stay in shape for the rest of your life. You can see here, this is my transformation. I cut over 40 pounds, cut the fat, and actually built muscle in the process. So honestly, anybody can drop weight for the summer, but here's the truth. Most guys gain it all back within a few months afterwards, and I know that because I used to be that guy. So today I'm going to break down how to actually get lean and stay lean year round without starving yourself, absolutely killing yourself in the gym, and without giving up all the favorite foods that you enjoy right now. So here's my transformation. I went from skinny to overweight to absolutely shredded. So when I was skinny, I always thought being lean was impossible. Having that muscle definition, the absolutely chiseled abs, I just didn't think that was a thing. And then I swung the other way and I actually got overweight. Even when I managed to diet down, I'd always rebound though. I'd work hard to actually drop the fat, then boom, 6 months later, I was right back where I started, and it was just so unmotivating. It wasn't until I figured out these lifestyle shifts that I finally stayed lean year round, and that's what I'm actually going to share with you. So to start off, principle one is habits over quick fixes. So here's the first thing. You have to stop chasing these quick fixes because diets fail because they're temporary. Think about it. Juice cleanses, keto, 30-day challenges, carnivore diet, they work for a minute, but then what happens after? You go right back to your old habits and the weight just comes right back. What works long term are simple habits. Hit your protein every day, get your steps in, strength train 3 to 4 times a week, and then that's it because habits actually stick and diets don't. Principle two is just flexible eating because you do not need to cut out all your favorite foods. Every time I actually ended up doing that and restricting myself, I ended up binging. The key is an 80 to 20 approach. 80% of the time, whole nutrient, calorie dense foods, and the other 20% is actually whatever you enjoy. Anything that hits that sweet tooth that you literally can't live without, right? So yeah, you have to build your base around protein, of course, right? Vegetables and fruits, and then whole carbohydrates. But if you want like a burger or a slice of pizza or whatever you like, you can still have it. Because if your plan only works when you're perfect, it's not a lifestyle. It's not something you can actually stick to because it's going to feel like a prison. Like you feel like you're going to hate what you actually do every day and you're not going to be able to stick to it in the long run. Principle three is just training that you actually like. Third is your training. You have to stop program hopping or chasing whatever burns the most calories because when I only trained for fat burn, I actually lost muscle and I ended up looking worse, right? Because two things can happen. You have excessive muscle loss when you just focus on absolutely shredding your calories and doing too much cardio, and then you're more excessive to lose skin, and nobody wants loose skin because what changed? Everything was actually focused on strength training, right? So you lift weights, you build muscle, you get stronger. That's the foundation, of course, because the guys who stay lean aren't the ones running themselves into the ground. They're the ones who lift consistently and make progress over time while still implementing cardio that they enjoy, right? This could mean sports, this could mean running, swimming, whatever you enjoy, because when you actually enjoy the cardio, it does not feel like cardio. Principle four is building a routine that fits your life. Because of your busy life, if your schedule sucks and you hate what you're doing every day, you're never actually going to be able to stick to it. For me, that means maybe a morning walk that clears my head and gets my steps in. I meal prep some basic food so I'm not scrambling during the week. This usually means like my more higher protein foods I'll cook, keep it in the fridge, and then the other carbohydrates and vegetables I usually cook that day. And I've actually got a nighttime routine so I can actually fall asleep right away because sleep is actually one of the most underrated fat loss tools there honestly is. Point is, it's not about grinding harder, it's about building a routine that actually works for you the long term so you can actually enjoy your life but still stay in the best shape of your life. Here's some common mistakes that's killing your long-term leanness, which I wish I knew a lot sooner when I first started. So I'm going to call you out on some of the mistakes that's actually killing your progress right now. Number one is just going all in and burning out. This could mean with your diet, this could mean with your workouts, this could mean with your cardio, doesn't matter. If you're just absolutely exhausting yourself with these things, it's just going to make you overwhelmed. You're not going to get the results you want, and then you're going to fall off. Number two is just relying on cardio. A lot of you will just absolutely exhaust yourself thinking that the more cardio you do, the faster the fat loss will happen, which is completely wrong because there are so many other factors that play a role into it. Number three is thinking you can outtrain a bad diet. Like I just mentioned with cardio, you just cannot outtrain it. You have to be able to eat the right foods to get to the goals you want, because what you actually put into your body is how you're going to look on the outside. So if you're eating clean, you're eating good, you're eating the right foods, it will show. Number four is not tracking or staying mindful once you hit your goal. So this can mean with your workouts, your eating, whatever it is, you got to make sure that you're tracking it, because over time it will get easier and you won't have to be so strict about tracking it. But at the start, you need to, because then you can realize what actually works for you and then building your goal from there. Because once you hit that goal, you're going to have to adjust things over time, because once you get there, you're just going to keep going up the ladder. If you've been yo-yoing for years, though, chances are you're probably making one of these mistakes. And when I mean yo-yoing, I mean if you've been fluctuating in and out of the gym, your weight's just going up and down, you're definitely making one of these mistakes. So here I've built for you your action plan that I want you to actually implement today so you can get lean and stay lean year round. Step one is just hit your protein. You want to aim for about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight every day, and that alone will keep you fuller and actually help you hold on to the muscle. And the more muscle you actually have, the higher your metabolism is, which just makes fat loss easier. Step two is I want you to move more. Get at least 8 to 10,000 steps per day. That's going to burn calories without you even noticing. This could mean literally any little adjustments. Maybe parking farther away from the gym, parking farther away from the grocery store, your job, whatever. Maybe going for a walk in the morning to start your day with some fresh air. I absolutely love doing that. Step three is you want to lift weights 3 to 4 times per week. You want to just focus on basic compound lifts like squats, presses, rows, and deadlifts. And of course, incorporating some cable exercises or machines as well, because as you get stronger over time, it's what's actually going to give your body that change and build your frame out. Step four is follow the 80-20 rule, like I mentioned earlier with your food. 80% whole nutrient dense foods, the other 20% whatever you enjoy. That's what's going to actually make it sustainable so you can stick with this long term. Step five is do not sleep on recovery. I honestly lacked on this one for the longest time. You want to aim for at least 7 to 9 hours of sleep every night so your hormones and your hunger stay in check, right? Just because you're cutting fat and building muscle throughout the day, honestly, a lot of the work that your body gets done is also when you're sleeping and recovering. So start with one of these, honestly, if all five just might seem too much and overwhelming for you. And then over time, you can stack them up, and then it's just going to make everything a lot easier, and you'll start seeing those results so much faster, right? Because that's how you're actually going to get lean and stay lean without absolutely overcomplicating it. And if you're wondering if this really works, just look at some of my clients. They followed this exact system, and these are the results they got. No gimmicks, no crash diets, just consistency with these habits. And if you're ready to get results like this, I want you to DM me the word lean on Instagram. It's the same as here, Evan Tressel, and I'll help you build your own plan so you can stay lean year round. And if you actually like this video, maybe subscribe, maybe like, comment. I'd really appreciate it. And let me know what you would want to see in the next video.